At the Banana Republic, Will bought a shirt that was marked down 20% to $64. What was the original price of the shirt? We've now read the problem once and should hopefully be able to identify. We're talking about the price of a shirt. We know the shirt was marked down, and the price that Will paid was $64. We'll read through it a second time to focus in on the question. As we read it a second time, you should identify the question that's being asked is, what was the original price of the shirt? I will start by defining my variable to represent that value. To pick my variable, I do not want to use O for original, P for price, or S for shirt. O is typically a poor variable to use because it looks like a 0. P could be confusing because it could also be percent, and my S's tend to look like 5s. So I will pick T. Let T represent the original price of the shirt in dollars. I'm being sure to include the unit in that definition. I will now read through the problem one more time to identify the equation that we will want to use. Will bought a shirt, and the price of that shirt was marked down 20% to $64. So we know there was an original price to the shirt, there was a marked down on the shirt's price, and we know the final price that he paid. We can set this up with the structure. The original price will be marked down, so we will subtract from that original price the markdown, and in the end that's going to equal the price that Will pays. Now, incorporating the specifics from the problem and the variable T to represent the original price, we can rewrite this as the original price T being marked down, we'll come back to that again in a second, will equal the price that Will pays, $64. To algebraically represent the markdown, we again go back to the markdown's value will equal the percent that it was marked down by times the original price of the shirt. So in this particular situation, it was marked down 20%, 0.20, times the original price of the shirt, T. So simplifying this equation, T minus 0.2T equals 64. That represents the original price, the markdown of 20% of the original price, and that the final price is $64. To simplify, T minus 0.2T, we will recognize that T means 1T, and 1T minus 0.2T is 0.8T. 0.8T equals 64. As a side note, 0.8T represents 80% of T. This represents the percent of the original price that Will actually paid. If the price had been marked down 20%, the remaining is what Will paid, 80%. To finish solving this equation, we need to now eliminate the coefficient on the variable. We are currently multiplying T by 0.8, so we need to divide both sides by 0.8. 0.8T divided by 0.8 is T. To do 64 divided by 0.8, we will again rely upon the calculator. We will type in 64 divided by 0.8, and the calculator returns, that is 80. So T is equal to 80. This should mean that the original price of the shirt before the markdown would have been $80, but we definitely want to check this. So to check this, we know that we started with an original price of the shirt, and that shirt was marked down by 20% of the original price. So 80 minus 20% of 80, and it's a question. Is that going to be equal to the $64 that Will would have been charged? Again, we turn to the calculator to do the calculation on the left side of that equation. 80 minus 20% times the original price of $80. The calculator does verify that would be a $64 shirt. And so we know that we have a true statement. The markdown on that price of $80 does give us the price that Will paid, and we can conclude by answering the question, what was the original price of the shirt? The original price of the shirt was $80. Again, to emphasize the importance of this, I want to make sure I have included the unit in the original definition and in my answer here.